I can do it too.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another game review, and this time we're talking about The Witcher 3. I've always heard good things about the Witcher series, especially The Witcher 3, but this was my first time playing one of the games. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Please leave a like or comment, and consider subscribing. Alright, let's get into it. The Witcher 3 is an open world RPG that was obviously the third game in the series and was released in 2015 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The game was later added to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series S and S. The source material for the games come from a series of books and short stories entitled The Witcher that was written by a Polish author. There's also a Netflix series of the same name starring Henry Cavill. I do believe that The Witcher 3 is one of the games where you can just jump in the series at. You will miss a lot of the backstory, but as you play through the game, you'll be able to pick up the gist of everything that's going on. If I'm being real with y'all, I'm not going back and playing the earlier games in the series. You play as Geralt of Rivia. He got a reputation similar to somebody like the copy ninja Kakashi. Everywhere you go, people know his name. Geralt is a witcher, which is essentially a monster slayer. The story is pretty good and decently entertaining. As you move around, you'll learn more about Geralt's background and his past, and you'll also learn a lot about his extensive history with different women. My man's lineup is impressive. As the main plot point go, you're on a journey to find Ciri, a young woman who Geralt looks at as his daughter. She's being chased around the world by a mythological group of undead soldiers called the Wild Hunt. As Geralt chases her around, he always seems to be a little bit too late and has to do tasks or missions from acquaintances and other people to get information on Ciri's last whereabouts. The game has an open world and you can complete missions as you desire. There are 4 different mission types: main quests, side quests, Witcher contracts, and treasure hunts. There will be times where you can't advance until completing a certain mission, but you can also take your time and explore if you like. The Witcher 3 allows you to control how Geralt responds and acts in certain situations. The dialogue system is interactive, and the way you respond can shape certain details and aspects of your playthrough. The combat system in The Witcher 3 is pretty good. You fight using swords and magic. To master the combat system, you'll have to learn how to use these weapons in tandem. You have 5 major magic abilities. As you move along throughout the story, you can upgrade these skills. Your enemies come in many forms. You have to battle against humans, witches, and many different types of monsters and creatures. All of them have different weaknesses and can require different strategies to beat them. Geralt has 2 different types of swords that he uses depending upon the situation. You have your steel sword that you use against humans, and your silver sword, which is for things that are not human. There's an insane amount of different swords that are at your disposal for you to use. As your character level rises, you unlock the ability to use better and better swords. You also have the ability to craft different swords, as crafting is a huge part of The Witcher 3. You can craft armor and swords, but you can also craft different potions, oils, and bombs as well. In order to be able to craft an item though, you have to have the item's crafting diagram. You can buy these diagrams, or you can find them while you're doing looting. The barter system is also another major element of the game. If you don't have the diagram to craft a certain item, you can always just look to buy the item instead of crafting it yourself. There are a couple different types of merchants that you can barter with. You have herbalists, alchemists, blacksmith, and a few more. You can trade, loot it, and collect the items for coin. Then use that coin to make different purchases. The game has a pretty good length. It doesn't feel like the story is rushed, but it also doesn't feel like it's too drawn out. If focusing on the main story, it'll take you around 50 hours to complete. But if you want to take your time to explore and complete all the different side missions, you can put in at least a couple hundred hours into the game. The Witcher 3 definitely didn't disappoint. I've always heard pretty good things about the game, and I say I agree with most of them. I'm sure at some point in the near future, I'll go back and explore a little bit more. The game has great replayability, and it's definitely a game that I recommend if you haven't played it before. Now, with all that being said, I give The Witcher 3 a 9 out of 10. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed, and leave a like and subscribe. Got a lot more content coming soon. Let me know in the comments what's your thoughts on The Witcher 3 or what game you'd like to see me talk about next. And until next time, we're out.